Hi, my name is Victor Ocampo. I'm a speculative fiction writer based in Singapore. I'm the author of The Infinite Library and Other Stories. This book was part of an exhibit called 2219 Futures Imagined. In that exhibit, visitors from all over the world were invited to view and imagine what our world would look like in 200 years. The Infinite Library and Other Stories is my first collection of short fiction. It gathers together 17 stories that explore various forms, tropes, and genres, from realism to genre to experimental fiction. The stories here include a YA science fiction tale about a young boy who creates mythical monsters out of nanotech clay, then programs them by singing stories. There is a police procedural here that's hiding a slow-motion disaster happening in Singapore, where the population is being threatened by a piece of grey goo that will convert everyone into living mathematical equations. Like all of us today going through COVID-19, each of the main characters in my book are standing at a crossroads between a past that they can no longer get to and a future that they may not fully understand. Each of the stories talks about survival, talks about resilience, and moreover, each of the stories talk about hope. Hope that we can go through dark times and even the bleakest of futures. As a speculative fiction author, I'm naturally biased towards science fiction and fantasy. I truly believe that of all genres, it is these two that help people become more resilient, particularly the young. There was a recent study by Dr. Esther Jones of Clark University that posited that science fiction and fantasy allows people to make sense of reality by viewing it from a critical distance. By putting it in a parallel universe, you're better able to cope with your fears and engage with reality without the baggage that realism brings with you. Especially in our current pandemic age right now, it helps people deal with the extraordinary. When I think of resilience, I think of three books. First one is A Canticle for Leibowitz by Walter Miller Jr. In this story, civilization is destroyed by a nuclear holocaust called the Flame Deluge. There is something called the simplification, where people have abandoned science, abandoned their rulers, abandoned discipline, and they set up destroying knowledge everywhere. A group of monks collect every scrap of paper, every written word that has survived, and use it to rebuild civilization. They actually put this library in a spaceship and send it into outer space to make sure that we never lose our knowledge ever again. The second book is Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. I love this book a lot. This is the most, it's not just very prescient, it is the most relevant to where we are right now. In this story, deadly viral flu erupts from North America, which quickly expands to the rest of the world. The story is about a traveling group of artists who entertain what's left of America with Shakespearean plays as they travel from one devastated city to the other. The heart of the book is about what you would take with you moving forward into a new world. What is the best part of humanity that we can bring with ourselves as we move on to the unknown? And for them, the answer was art. The next book is Cormac McCarthy's The Road. At the heart of this story is a father and son making their way through an America that has been destroyed by an unknown disaster. The father wants only one thing for his young child, and that's to remember you need to find someone who will love you, because it is that love that gives you hope and gives you strength and gives you the resilience to move forward no matter how dark something can be. But hope always shines in the end, and love is what powers it. This is Lontar, the Journal of Southeast Asian Speculative Fiction, edited by Jason Eric Lundberg, Christine Ong Muslim, and Adan Jimenez. In these 10 volumes, they collect stories from people in and around the region. And our stories are here. These are our works. These are our stories. And if ever you want to find something that talks about resilience and survival, they are somewhere inside here. The knowledge of the future that survives is what is written that is left. And we really need to make sure that our own literature, our own speculative fiction lives on. And we have to find it, we have to read it, and if we don't, we have to write it. That is the only way to ensure that we will live on. If you want to find out more about Southeast Asian speculative fiction, you can follow me here. This is Victor Ocampo for ArtScience Museum's Take 5.